Americans. For decades, our little blue passport was our golden ticket to the world, but recently that's been changing and folks, it ain't pretty. Today we're diving into 10 countries that once welcomed Americans with open arms but now require us to fill out some forms first. So buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get real. Let's kick things off with a real gut punch, shall we? Brazil. A country that has always been synonymous with vibrant culture, breathtaking landscapes, and a spirit that dances to the rhythm of samba. Yes, Brazil, the land of samba, sunshine, and endless beaches. A place where the carnival lights up the streets and the beaches are a haven for sunseekers from around the globe. In 2024, Brazil decided to hit the brakes on the whole visa-free love affair. The official reason? Reciprocity. They felt it was time to level the playing field. The US requires visas from Brazilian citizens, so Brazil figured, hey, two can play at that game. If you want to visit, you'll need to jump through a few hoops. Now, if you want to experience Brazil, you'll need to prove you're not just another entitled tourist. This means more paperwork, more planning, and a bit more patience. We're talking travel details, proof you can afford to be there, hotel bookings, the works. It's not just about showing up, it's about showing you're serious. And interviews? Oh yeah. Be prepared to charm the pants off a Brazilian consulate official. They want to know you're coming for the right reasons. Brazil is sending a clear message. They're done being America's easy layover. They want visitors who appreciate their culture, respect their rules, and are willing to go the extra mile to experience the beauty and diversity that Brazil has to offer. From one South American stunner to another, let's tango on down to Argentina. For a while, Argentina embraced the digital nomad trend. But in 2025, Argentina reintroduced visa requirements for US citizens. The official line? Security. But it's more complicated than that. Argentina has been grappling with economic woes and a growing sense of nationalism. The message from Buenos Aires is clear. Argentina is not just a backdrop for your Instagram feed. So if you're planning on sipping Malbec in Mendoza or marveling at the Perito Moreno glacier, be prepared to jump through some hoops. Interviews, background checks, financial disclosures, you name it, they might ask for it. Let's take a trip to Turkey, a country that straddles two continents where East meets West, and history blends seamlessly with modernity. From the bustling bazaars of Istanbul to the serene beaches of Antalya, Turkey has always been a magnet for travelers seeking a unique blend of culture, history, and natural beauty. Land of ancient history, delicious food, and increasingly complicated relations with the US-Turkey's rich tapestry of civilizations, from the Romans to the Ottomans, has left an indelible mark on its landscape and culture. And let's not forget the mouth-watering cuisine that has foodies from around the world flocking to its streets. For a while, Turkey was pretty chill about letting Americans in. The process was straightforward, and the country welcomed tourists with open arms, eager to share its treasures. E-visas, visas on arrival, it was all very breezy. You could plan a spontaneous trip, book your flight, and be exploring the Grand Bazaar in no time, but those days, gone baby gone. The once easygoing entry process has become a thing of the past. In 2024, Turkey decided to make things more interesting for American travelers. The government introduced a slew of new regulations that have made the visa process more cumbersome. We're talking extended processing times, background checks, and mandatory travel insurance. What used to be a quick online application now requires a lot more planning and patience. Officially, this is about security, but there's a lot of politics baked into this baklava. The geopolitical landscape is shifting, and Turkey is making a statement. Turkey is flexing its muscles on the world stage, and part of that involves making it harder for Americans to visit. It's a move that reflects the country's growing assertiveness in international affairs. So if you were dreaming of wandering through the Hagia Sophia or floating over Cappadocia in a hot air balloon, get your paperwork in order. The beauty of Turkey is still there, waiting to be explored, but you'll need to navigate the new bureaucratic maze to experience it. Next up, let's jet over to Thailand, a country synonymous with backpackers, beaches, and finding yourself. For years, Thailand had a relaxed, visa-free policy for Americans. 30 days, no problem. But in 2024, the party came to an end. Thailand rolled out its new immigration reform package to crack down on visa overstays and illegal work. Now, Americans need to apply for a visa in advance. We're talking proof of onward travel, enough money in your bank account, and even biometric data. The message is clear. Thailand is done being treated like a revolving door. They want tourists who respect their laws and contribute to their economy. Let's hop over to South Africa, a country with a history as complex and beautiful as its landscapes. In 2025, they reinstated visa requirements for US citizens. The official reason? Security enhancements. But there's also a healthy dose of diplomacy at play. Relations between the US and South Africa have been frosty in recent years. The visa-free policy was a gesture of goodwill, but that goodwill has its limits. Now Americans need to apply for a visa, hand over their fingerprints, and prove they're not going to cause any trouble. South Africa is done playing nice. They're a powerful player on the African continent, and they're not afraid to assert themselves. Ah, Bali. The island of the gods, the spiritual haven. It's been a dream destination for Americans for decades. The allure of its pristine beaches, vibrant culture, and spiritual retreats has drawn millions. But in 2024, Indonesia decided they'd had enough of entitled tourists. The influx of visitors had started to take a toll on the local environment and culture. They introduced the Tourism Fairness Act, and with it, a new visa requirement for U.S. citizens. This move was aimed at ensuring that only those who truly respect and appreciate the island's heritage would be allowed in. This visa wants to know everything about you, your hopes, your dreams, your internet search history. It's a comprehensive process that delves deep into your personal life. They're calling it a character assessment, designed to weed out troublemakers. The goal is to maintain the island's tranquility and ensure that visitors contribute positively to the local community. So if you're planning on finding yourself in Ubud or surfing the waves in Canggu, make sure your online presence is squeaky clean. Every post, every tweet, every comment could be scrutinized, because in Indonesia, your visa application could hinge on that last tweet. It's a new era of travel, where your digital footprint matters as much as your passport. Getting into Bali just got a whole lot harder. The days of spontaneous trips are over. Now, meticulous planning and a spotless online record are key. So before you book that flight, make sure you're ready for the new Bali. Let's journey to Morocco, land of bustling souks and stunning deserts. In 2025, Morocco passed the National Sovereignty and Border Regulation Act. What it means for you is that you now need a visa to experience the magic of Morocco. And not just any visa, we're talking about a visa that requires more paperwork than a Shakespearean play. Morocco felt like they weren't getting the same level of intelligence sharing from the US. And then there's the whole digital nomad thing. The visa crackdown is a way for Morocco to reclaim its narrative. They're happy to have you visit, but this is their home, not just your Instagram backdrop. Next stop, Malaysia. Known for its vibrant cities, stunning beaches, and delicious food. In 2025, they revoked visa-free entry for Americans. The official reason? Mutual respect and security, but this was a diplomatic slap in the face. It all started when a few high-profile Malaysians were denied entry into the US. Now Americans need to go through the whole visa shebang. The message, you want to play hardball? We can play hardball too. From the soaring peaks of the Andes to the glaciers of Patagonia, Chile has long been a haven for adventure seekers. But in 2025, Chile reintroduced visa requirements for U.S. citizens. The official reason? Enhancing security measures. Chile has been grappling with a surge in migration, and while the U.S. might not be the primary source, there's a growing sense that the burden of managing migration flows shouldn't fall solely on developing countries. Chile has realized they have a little leverage of their own. The message? Chile is open for business, but they're not going to be taken for granted. Be prepared to do a little extra paperwork. Let's venture into the heart of Southeast Asia, to Vietnam, a land of breathtaking landscapes, delicious food, and a rich history. But in 2024, Vietnam decided to shake things up. They introduced a new electronic visa system. Now Americans need to apply for their visas online, pay a fee, and provide a whole host of documents. Vietnam is experiencing rapid economic growth and wants to control who enters their borders. They've seen what's been happening in places like Thailand and Indonesia, so if you're dreaming of cruising through Ha Long Bay, be prepared to do a little digital paperwork. The days of the American passport being a free pass to the world are fading. The world is changing, and with it, the way we travel. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Exploring the world isn't a right, it's a privilege. Safe travel.